you guys a few minutes. If you are with us already and logged in, feel free to take a spot on your mat. Either spend some time just laying down in Shavasana, or if you want, you can just take an easy seat. Maybe come to a meditative state, bring your hands down to your sides, find a mudra. Make sure you have a nice tall spine here. And we'll give another 3 minutes or so people can get ready. About 2 more minutes. If you're just getting in, getting logged on, go ahead and grab your mat, a towel, maybe some water, a strap if you have it, and a block or shoebox, maybe even a small sofa pillow or whatever you can use to just kind of boost yourself up a little bit if you need. Some construction around the building here, so you may hear a little bit of noise. I'm sorry about that. Alright, let's get started. Again, this is Barefoot Beach. I'm Melissa with Inner Light Yoga. I'm here to bring you an hour of gentle flow vinyasa or gentle flow yoga. We're going to start in either easy seated position, as I'm sitting right now, or you can take your back. We'll go through a small, short guided meditation before we start our practice. So if you want to go ahead, take your backs, that will be just fine. Lying down, hands out to your sides, maybe in a receiving position with your hands open wide, palms to the sky, or in a seated position, bringing your hands to your knees. We'll close our eyes and start to focus on our breath, breathing in and out through our nose, keeping your mouth closed slightly. Begin calming your mind, stilling your brain. They call it stilling your monkey mind. All the different thoughts that you have, just let them go. Taking in deep breaths with each inhalation, each exhalation, letting it out. Filling your lungs, taking a deep breath in. Make your breaths about 4 to 5 seconds in each length. And then as you exhale, the same. Finding that balance of both inhaling and exhaling. Now with your eyes closed, I'm going to give you a short meditation. I want you to focus internally. Imagine yourself walking. You're outside enjoying the salty air, walking towards the beach. You feel the sand between your toes. As you walk closer to the water, you hear the waves crashing, meeting up with the sand on the beach, walking out, filling the water all the way up to your calves, your knees. You're going to walk deep enough to get in about waist deep, and then we're going to float. So leaning down onto our backs, letting our arms fall out to the sides, palms are facing up, expanding your lungs, creating some buoyancy as you float on top of the water. Feeling the sun warming your face and your body, the water coming over your fingers and your arms. Finding some peace, charging your body with all the energy that the ocean brings. Taking in another large breath, keeping yourself above water, letting everything go. This is where you are at this moment. You're going to embrace it. Deep breaths in and exhale. Letting the water flow as you float. A couple more deep breaths. You hear the sounds of birds flying over. You hear the sounds of the movement in the ocean. And you just relish in this moment. Lowering your body back down into the water. Feeling your hands skim the water as you begin to stand up and walk back out of the beach. Sand in your toes. Feeling nice and calm and relaxed. Ready to start your day. Following that breath in and out through your nose. Deep breaths, expanding your lungs, lifting your ribs with each inhalation. And then exhaling, lowering everything down into your belly. Continuing your breath in and out. Now, if you're in a seated position, let's go ahead and take our backs. We'll meet everybody else who is already in this supine pose. Drop your left leg down to the mat. And then we're going to interlace your fingers. Pull your right knee into your chest. Keeping your left leg flat against the mat, but your toes are pointed up in a flex position. Go ahead and flex your toes. Make your foot flat, toes to the ceiling. And as you exhale, point your toes, lower them down. Again, deep breath in. Bring your toes up. And exhale, release. 2 more full breaths just like this. Inhale, toes go point. And then exhale, point them out. Inhale up. And exhale, bring it down. Dropping your right hand down towards the mat into a T. We're going to use a left hand to the outside of our knee and bring it down to the left side of your body. So you're going to twist here. Your gaze is towards your right fingers. Feel your spine relax. Breathe in with each breath. Maybe twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, let's bring it back to center, and we'll pull it into our chest one more time. Bring it in. And as you exhale, lower it down to meet your left leg. This time we'll bring our left leg up, knee to your chest, interlacing your fingers, pull it in. Again, your right leg this time will be flat against the mat with your toes pointed towards the ceiling. Toes pointed on your left foot as well. Let's point our toes towards the opposite side of the room. And then as you inhale, make your feet flat, toes to the ceiling. Exhale. And inhale. 3 more just like that. With each exhale, we'll point our toes. And inhale, bring them back up. 2 more. And 1 more. Last one. Bringing your feet both flat. Drop your left hand down to your side to a T, and then use your right hand to bring to the outside of your knee, pulling it over to the right side of your body. This time your gaze will go towards your left hand. Inhale, we'll bring it back to center. Interlace your fingers, pull it back into your body. One last time. And exhale, release it down to the mat. We're going to walk our feet up, close to your thighs. This is where a block will come in handy if you have it, or you can use a sofa pillow. Pressing your feet flat into the mat. Knees are bent towards the ceiling. We're going to push through. Bring your block or your pillow to your lower sacrum. So the lower part of your back, your sacral area. It's where your spine and your hips meet. Let your feet come down to the side. Your hands come down and relax. Feel your shoulders as they lower down deeper into the mat. Three more breaths. Continuing to breathe in and out through your nose. Your eyes are relaxed, your shoulders. On your next inhale, let's remove the block or pillow, and as you exhale, release back down towards your mat. Pull your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug. Maybe roll side to side. Crossing your ankles over, you can either roll up to a seated position or make your way up to a seated position, whichever is easiest for you. Finding stillness. We'll take 3 breaths here. Arms are going to come up. Let's lift our heads high, let your shoulders fall. Your spine is elongated. Arms come up. Inhale. Meeting at center. Open your mouth, exhale, release all of your air. 2 more times. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. And open your mouth, exhale, let it go. 1 more time. Deep breath. Fill your lungs. Biggest breath you've taken all day. Inhale. And open your mouth. Exhale. Let it go. We'll keep our hands at heart center here. Inhale. Bring your hands back up. And exhale. Twist. Left hand goes to your right knee. Your spine stays straight and your gaze goes back. Your right hand is planted on the ground behind you. Winding your arms back around to center. We'll inhale and exhale. Twist to the other side. Your right hand comes to your left knee this time. Gaze goes back. Back to center, winding your arms back around. Inhale and exhale. We'll drop our left hand to the mat. Bring it into your side, next to your left hip. We'll plant it firmly into the ground. Swing your right arm around and bend into your elbow. You may even be able to take your elbow all the way down to the mat, extending your right arm all the way over to the left side. Gaze goes up. Your chest is open here. Really feel that through your ribs, down all the way down to your glutes. Inhale, press all the way back up, pushing through the mat. Right hand comes down. Planting your right hand into the mat, left hand comes up, gaze goes up, bend into your elbow, and stretch over. Inhale, let's come back to center. And as you exhale, drop your hands back down. One more time, inhale as you come all the way up, gather all that air. And exhale, let it go through heart center. And let's fold here. Keeping your spine straight, extending your arms long. Bringing your head as close to the mat as you can that feels comfortable. On your next breath, as you inhale, walk your hands back up to a seated position. We'll roll over onto our knees, coming into a tabletop, and begin our cat-cows, warming up our spine. Your palms, wrists, elbows, all the way up to your shoulders are completely parallel, and your knees are hip-width apart. Your feet are flat to the mat. As you lower your belly, inhale and raise your chin. Exhale, round your spine, separate your shoulder blades, bring your chin into your chest. And we're going to do this 5 times. So this is your second inhale for cow. And then exhale, round your spine for cat. Follow your own breath as you do these. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Exhale. And our final cat-cow. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to center, your gaze goes forward. We're going to extend our right leg out behind us. Toes are pointed down. Keep your core pulled in nice and tight here. We'll do 5 toe taps as you lower your belly, or lower your foot, and then inhale, bring it back up. Keep your core pulled in tight. Here's 2, 3, 2, one more. And as you exhale, drop your knee to the mat. We'll extend our left leg all the way out. Toes pointed down, closed hip. Core's pulled in tight. Try not to dip. Nice and flat back. Toes are down. And drop it for 5. With each breath, 4, exhale. Inhale, bring it back up. 3, 2, and one more. Inhale, bring it up. And then exhale, drop your knee to the mat. Let's curl our toes under and push up into our first downward dog this morning. Walking your heels closer to the mat. Pulling your core in tight, nice high V. Making sure that your palms and your fingers are pressed firmly into the mat. Gaze is back towards your shins. Taking 2 more full breaths. And as you exhale, drop your knees down wide to the outsides of your mat. Bring your toes together and shift your hips back, coming into child's pose. Focusing on your breath. Feeling your shoulders engaged. On your next breath, as you inhale, we'll raise back up to tabletop pose. Curl your toes under and come back to downward dog. Bringing your right leg all the way up, 3-leg dog. We're going to bring it forward, planting it into the mat, dropping your left knee and coming up to a low lunge. Arms come up and do a twist. Exhale as you drop your right hand back. Gaze goes back towards your right fingers. Nice and tall, 90-degree bend. With your next exhale, let's drop our left hand to the mat. Keep your right hand high. Gaze up towards your thumbs, fingers towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your right hand to the inside of your knee. You're going to press it away. So you may need to press your body forward just a little bit and then begin to open that hip up. Inhale, come back to center. And we're going to walk back, coming into a half split. So walk your fingers back, begin to extend your right leg. Hips stay high here. Flatten your back and maybe walk your hands up towards your feet. Bringing your head closer to your knee. You'll feel that stretch in your calves, through your groin, and through your hamstrings. Begin pressing back forward. Planting your hands into the mat, curl your toes under, lift your left knee, and then step back, 3-leg dog. Exhale, release your right foot down to the mat. We're going to do the same thing on the left side. Left leg comes up. Step it through in between your hands. Ground down, drop your right knee. Arms come up, inhale. And then winding your left arm around, you're going to twist right hand's forward, left hand's back, gaze goes back. And your next breath, right hand comes down to the mat, left hand goes to the sky. Bringing your body a little bit more forward. Feeling that stretch. And exhale, release your left hand to your inside of your left knee, pressing your foot away, or pressing your knee away, coming to the side blade edge of your foot. Open up. If you feel discomfort, just breathe through it. Send your energy to that area, to that space. Inhale back to center, releasing your knee, dropping your hand, begin walking back. Extending your left leg out a little bit further, keeping your hips high. And then walking your hands closer to your feet, bringing your head closer to your knee for half splits. Inhale, begin to drop your foot, plant your hands, curl your right toes under, and step that left foot back, three-leg dog. Exhale, release it down to the mat, back to tabletop. And then lowering all the way down to the mat. With your body flattened to the mat, open your right arm out to a T. So we're going to draw our right hand all the way out off of our mat, bringing our left hand into our chest. And then pressing through your left hand, begin to raise your left leg up and bring it over. Your gaze goes up. One more full breath. As you exhale, begin to swing your leg back around. Draw your right hand into the side of your chest and extend your left hand out to a T. From here, we'll raise our right knee, kicking it over, dropping our right foot to the floor and twisting into the other side. Remember, your gaze goes up. Two more breaths. And exhale, bringing it all the way back around. Left hand comes to the mat. Inhale, raise up, baby cobra. Gaze is up, shoulders are relaxed and low. Try not to dip into your neck. You have a nice, tall, long neck here. Exhale, release down to the mat. We'll do this one more time. Planting your hands firmly. Inhale, push through, raise up. And exhale, releasing down. Pressing through your palms, through your knees, coming up to tabletop. Curl your toes under and lift back to downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Your gaze is going to go forward and begin to walk your hands all the way up towards your feet. Let your head fall, let your hands go long, maybe even touching the mat. We'll just sweep it side to side. Coming back to center, slowly make your way all the way up. Letting your head be the last thing to raise. Roll your shoulders back. Meeting in the center of your mat. Letting your shoulders relax down. Maybe wiggle them around a little bit. Finding a hip width apart from your ankles all the way to your hips, knees, everything. Nice and tall. Arms come up. Inhale. And exhale. Hands through heart center. Let's step it out a little bit wider. Come to a 5-pointed stance. Arms are going to come up. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to turn to the left. Take your left foot out. Turn and come into warrior two. Making sure that your body is straight. You're not leaning forward, too far back. You have a nice bend in your knee, 90 degree. Your knee stacks over your ankle. Your arms are all level. Reverse your warrior. Take your right hand to your lower thigh or into your sacral area. And raise up. Left hand goes up. Keep that bend in your knee. And inhale, raising back up. Warrior two. From here, let's wind our arm around. Looking forward, coming into warrior one. Then grounding through your left leg. We're going to push off of our right leg, coming into warrior three. Toes point down, and your core is tight. As you exhale, release your foot back down to the mat. Inhale, back up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. This time, take your elbow to your knee. Find your side angle. Your gaze goes up, your thumb, your fingers are all pointed towards the sky. On your next breath, inhale, raise back up to warrior two, and exhale. From here, straighten your front leg. Toes are pointed outward. We're going to kick our hips back, bring our body forward, and drop down for triangle pose. Trikonasana. Your left hand is planted into the mat or into your leg. Also, if you have a block, you can use that to give you that extra reach that you may need. Bending back into your left leg. Inhale as you raise back up, finding your warrior two. Inhale back to center, straightening both legs, arms come up. Exhale, bend, goddess pose. Bending your knees, bending your elbows. Nice flat back here, chest is high. Inhale up, 5-pointed star. And then exhale down. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale back to center. Arms come up. Turn your right foot out, coming to warrior two on the other side. Right leg's forward this time. Checking in with your bent knee. You're not scooted out or in. Toes are pointed towards the center and forward. Dropping your left hand to either your thigh or your lower back. Raise your right arm up. Reverse your warrior. Inhale, bring it back to center, back to warrior two for 2 breaths. We're doing the same thing on this side as we did on the other side. So we'll wind our left arm around, checking in with your body, checking in with your hips, maybe moving your stance out a little bit wider so that you can get that full range. Arms are up. Ground through your right foot this time. Gaze goes forward or down towards your toes, core's engaged, and your toes are pointed down. Your hip is closed here. Drop your foot back. Inhale, warrior one. And then exhale back to warrior two. Find your, let's reverse it, and then we'll find our extended or side angle. Inhale up, and then exhale, drop your right elbow to your right knee. Gaze goes up. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper, widening your stance. Honor your body wherever your practice is. Inhale, let's press up. Straighten your front leg. Your hip's gonna go back, your body goes forward, and drop down. Again, you can use a block on this side if you did on the other, if you need it on one side. Coming up, bringing it up a little bit higher. Extending that reach just a little bit. Gaze is up. Bending into your front leg. Inhale as you rise, back up warrior two. For 2 breaths. Inhale to center. And then exhale, let's bring our hands into heart center. We're gonna find a forward bend here. Hinge at your hips, let your heart lead. Keep your core pulled in tight and lower all the way down. Dropping your hands to the mat. If you need a block, feel free to grab one. And if you want to take this into a deeper version, walk your fingertips to the back, bringing your head closer into the mat. Go ahead and walk your hands back up, plant your left hand into the mat, and then swing your right hand up. Take your gaze up for a twist. Wide leg folded twist. One more full breath. And exhale, release your right hand down to your mat. Planting it into the mat, raise your left hand, gaze goes up. One more breath. And exhale. Release your hand down. See if you can fold a little bit deeper this time. Bringing your hands out to the sides like you're flying. Inhale, use your core, pull yourself all the way up. Arms come up. And then heel toe your feet in just a little bit. Exhale, goddess pose. We're going to drop our hands to the insides of our knees. So your fingertips are pointing forward. Your thumbs are pointing towards your body. Straighten your arms. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, twist into your right side. So your gaze goes left. Your elbow on your left side is bent and your right arm is straight. Inhale to center. We'll switch to the other side. Exhale. Bending into your right elbow, left arm stays straight. Gaze goes up. Inhale to center and exhale. Inhale, come up. 5-pointed star. And exhale, hands through heart center. Heel toe your feet all the way in. We'll find a balance here, coming into tree. All right, planting your left foot into the mat. Find solid ground, a nice sturdy grounded foot. Toes are spread. All 4 corners of your foot planted firmly into the mat. And then begin to raise your right knee up to your hip. We'll take it out to the side. Find balance. Maybe bring your left hand to your hip. If you find something to focus on, a gaze point, maybe 5 to 10 feet in front of you, it's a lot easier to hold your balance. Bringing it in to either your thigh, your calf, or to your ankle. We'll bring our hands up to a heart center. Applying equal pressure. My balance is off today. It's okay if you fall out of a pose, just find your way back to it. It's all part of acceptance, knowing where you're at. One more full breath. Then extending your leg back out to the side. Bring it in. And exhale, release it down. Step it out a few times. Then we'll plant our right foot firmly into the mat. Nice straight line. Toes are spread, all 4 corners of your foot firmly pressed into the mat. Finding balance. Bring your hands to heart center. Lifting up. Your knees at your hip. Exhale, take it out to the side. Nice and open. Finding your gaze point. In Sanskrit, it's called your drishti. And then dropping it into your inner thigh, your calf, or your ankle. Avoiding the knee. Make sure your knee is pointing towards the left direction. Sometimes you want to let it creep in, but this is a wide knee, so bring it out to the side. Let's release it out. Inhale forward, and exhale, drop it down. Walk it out. Let your hands come down to the sides. Arms are going to come up. Inhale, find stillness. And exhale. Hinge at your hips. Let's forward fold. Plant our hands into the mat. Or you can take your peace fingers to your toes. Fold. See if your bend is a little bit deeper this time. Maybe take your elbows out to the sides. Inhale, lift halfway. And then exhale, fold again. See if you can go a little bit deeper. Dropping your hands into the mat. We'll go ahead and take a seated position here. Bring your right leg down and bend it so that your knee is pointing forward. Then we're going to take our left knee and stack it over the top of our right knee. Coming into cow face legs. So your feet are facing out, your knees are stacked, or as close. You may not have the mobility quite yet. Just get as close as you can. So your left knee is stacked over your right knee. You're going to bring your arms out. We're going to cross our right elbow over our left. So bring them to center. Winding your arms around. Bring your hands together if you can. And then raise your elbows up to your shoulders. Take your gaze up. And if you want to take it a little bit deeper, maybe find a little bend in your back. Go a little higher. Exhale, release your arms out. And we're gonna switch sides. So I've got a little fun way for us to do that, or you can just lift your leg up and switch. But you bring your hands out to your sides, and we're gonna do a twist. So walk your hands over to the right, press through your feet. You're gonna come to a wide leg fold behind, walk them over to the left, and then bend back into it. You've switched sides now. Your right knee's on top of your left. Feet are pointed out. Nice tall spine. Arms are gonna come up. Back to that goal post. And now that your right knee is stacked over your left, we're gonna take our left over our right. Arms together, intertwined, elbows at shoulder height. And again, if you did on the other side, you can stay here. Maybe go a little bit higher. Take your gaze up, maybe even higher than that. One more full breath. And as you exhale, unlace your arms. Bring your legs out in front of you. We'll come to a staff pose. This is another one that you can use a belt or strap for if you have availability. Your toes are pointing up. Make sure that you're sitting on your sit bone nice and flat so your spine's nice and tall, flat back, shoulders are up and down. Head is up, sorry. And then wrap your feet, wrap the strap around your feet if you can't quite reach your toes. Take a deep inhale and exhale, fold. You can also bring your hands to your shins here or to the outsides of your feet, or take your peace fingers to your toes. Inhale, lift halfway, and then as you exhale, see if you can take it a little bit deeper. Walking your hands all the way up. Come back to the front, sit down. Bring your right foot in. You're going to draw it in as close to your thigh as you can. Nice tall spine. Take your left elbow, wrap it around your right knee. Your right hand goes back behind you. Taking a deep breath, inhale. And then as you exhale, twist. Keeping your spine straight. Not crouching down into it. Roll your shoulders up. Stay high, stay proud. And then coming back to center, we're going to grab our foot, bring it into the crease in our elbow, and wrap it like you're cradling a baby. Pull your knee closer into your chest. Dropping your foot into your inner thigh for half lotus, or you can bring it to the inside part of your thigh, closer to the floor. Your body is squared to your foot. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, fold. Lead with your heart. Let your head be the last thing to fall. Inhale, raising it back up to center. Exhale, let's drop our hands. Extending your left leg out. We're going to draw our right, or extending your right leg out. Let's draw our left foot in. Bringing it as close into your thigh as you can. Again, your body's nice and tall and straight. Eyes of your elbow into your knee. Take a deep breath in. And exhale as you twist. Left hand is behind you, gaze is over your left shoulder. Inhale, let's come back around. Dropping your foot, bringing your left foot into the eye of your elbow here, interlacing your fingers and cradling your left knee into your chest. All right, now we'll release our foot either in half lotus to the top of your thigh, or bringing it into the inside part of your thigh. Honoring your body wherever you are in your practice. Arms come up. And then again, lead with your heart. Let your head be the last thing to raise. Bringing your hands to your foot, maybe your thigh, your calf, whatever feels good. Inhale as you draw it all the way back up. Release your foot back down to the mat, and we'll do one more fold. Arms come up, inhale, and exhale, fold. Again, leading with your heart, keeping your back as flat as you can for as long as you can. And then dropping your head. Walk your hands up, and we'll make our way to our back. Grabbing your strap or your belt, and then dropping your left foot to the mat. We'll take our strap and wrap it around the right foot, extending your leg long towards the ceiling, and then grabbing the strap with both hands, keeping your left leg flat into the mat. Begin to pull up, maybe even draw your shoulders and your head off of the mat. But focusing on keeping that left leg down, it will want to raise. Exhale, release down to the mat. Right hand is in the strap. You can drop your left hand down to a T. And then drop your right foot all the way over to the right side. Focus on your hip. Make sure your hip isn't raised. You don't want to roll up. Just try to keep it pushed down. Feet are flat here. Inhale, draw back to center. Plant your hand into the left, or your left hand into the strap, and then drop your right hand out to the side. Take your left or your right foot over to the left side. Lots of rights and lefts here. Inhale, draw it back into center. Grab the strap with both hands and then pull your left leg all the way up. We're going to switch it out. Right leg comes down, left leg stays up. Grabbing the strap with both hands, same thing. Draw your head closer to your knee. Try to keep your right leg into the mat. Use your core to pull yourself up. And exhale. Dropping back down. Left hand, left strap. Right hand comes out to the side. Drop your left foot over. Again, check in with the right hip. Make sure it's not raising up. Inhale to center. Right hand to your strap. Left hand comes down. Draw your left leg over to the right side. Maybe even take your gaze over your left shoulder if you did on the other side. Inhale to center. and then release your strap. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself one last hug before we finish our practice. Maybe pull your head into your knees. Just roll up in a ball. Take a deep breath. Fill your lungs all the way up. And exhale. Release back down to the mat. For our final resting pose, corpse pose, Shavasana. Letting your hands come down to your sides. Letting your shoulders relax into the mat. Maybe even coming back to that short meditation that we started with practice. Finding that cool breeze floating on top of that salty ocean water. Clearing out your mind. Relaxing your forehead. Relaxing your shoulders. All the way down to your elbows. Relaxing your jaw, your throat. Letting your fingers wiggle around and then finding stillness. Letting your hips relax. Your knees fall out to the sides, your toes, your ankles. Everything in full relaxation. Relaxing your mind. Stay here for 5 to 10 minutes, whatever you need to do to honor your practice and honor your body. Thank you again for letting me share my practice with you today. This was Gentle Yoga. We do it every Thursday at 9 a.m. On Saturdays, we have a Reggae Vinyasa flow practice. It's to a reggae playlist, a little fun, a little bit faster flow. And then on Tuesdays, we do Power Vinyasa, all at 9 a.m. Power Vinyasa is definitely a little bit more intense practice, but you can follow along all levels. If you need to take a break, feel free to do that. Just in this time, just try to find some extra time to get back to yourself, no matter what it is. Thank you for allowing me again to share my practice with you. I hope that you find love in your hearts today, love in the words you speak, and love in the thoughts that you have. Namaste.